My name is Rory Diamond, and I'm very excited to be a candidate for Neptune Beach City Council. I first would like to thank you all for being here and for listening to this video. Our forefathers gave us a democracy that took the power from the king and gave it to the people. But that requires that the people be educated. And by listening to this video and being at the straw poll, you're absolutely part of that process, and it's very important. My family is relatively new to the U.S. democracy. I was born in the United States, but as recently as 1976, my entire family was in South Africa. And my mom and dad, they looked around, they saw a country that did not have a future for their children that they were excited about. And instead they looked around the world for a place where their family could prosper. And that was an easy decision to make. They were 3 weeks later on a plane to the United States of America. Now, I was born here, but I can remember my first memories when my parents were sworn in as U.S. citizens. And I can tell you, my family came here with nothing. So everything we have was given to us, or the opportunity was given to us, by the United States of America. And my parents hammered into me the importance of that opportunity and our responsibility to give back to our country and to our communities. I've been involved in politics since I can remember. In high school I worked on campaigns, and then in high school I served in the White House on 9/11 and learned the importance of what government can do for our communities and also the harm government can do in addition. I then went to go work for a governor and ultimately became a lawyer, and most recently I served as a prosecutor. And now I'm a litigator in downtown Jacksonville, helping businesses and entrepreneurs kind of navigate the litigation world that we live in today. I will tell you, what I got from my parents is a belief that we need to give back to our communities. It is that belief that had me walk every single street in Neptune Beach. I've literally knocked on every door, walked every street, visited every neighborhood, and spoken with hundreds and hundreds of Neptune Beach citizens. And during that experience, I've learned the concerns of our community. And I will tell you, they reflect exactly what you can imagine. That people want smart government, they want fiscal conservatism, and they want to protect their communities and make sure Neptune Beach is a place where their families and their families' values can thrive. And that's exactly what this campaign is all about. I'm running because I want to preserve what we have from Neptune Beach, which is a little slice of paradise. But we also need to be guided by our principles, ensure that homeowners and property owners are protected, that our taxes are low, and our government is small as it possibly can be. I certainly appreciate your support, and thank you for being part of this.
What are the principles that you are running on?
Ronald Reagan used to say he doesn't trust people, he trusts principles, and I think he was absolutely right. You can trust a principle over time without question. The number one principle that I'm running on is integrity. You only have to watch the news for about 5 minutes to realize that integrity is sorely lacking, both in the media that covers everyone and also the politicians themselves. This is especially true when people get elected from the local folks and then they go to some place like Tallahassee or Washington, D.C., and they turn to somebody completely different. I believe integrity is essential, and if there's any moment where I'm not living up to my principles, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'll do something else. In addition, property rights are the number one reason I'm running.
Briefly describe what you would like to introduce or see passed to help taxpayers.
Having walked all the streets in Neptune Beach, I can tell you that home ownership is one of the most difficult things to do in Neptune Beach. It is difficult to reform your home, to improve it. You're paying taxes on 100% of the property, but the city makes it difficult for you to improve it. And the reason that it's difficult is because we have an outdated code. The code needs to be updated. I'm an attorney. I would like to be able to get in there, fix the code, and make it easier for homeowners to invest their hard-earned money into their hard-earned property.
What ideas do you have to reduce Neptune Beach government spending?
The biggest part with government spending is that you have a city council that's actually paying attention. And I think the first step to doing that is to make sure that the budgets aren't just a rollover from the year before, but that we start with the number 0, and then we start adding up what we actually absolutely need and do nothing more than that.
What ideas do you have to reduce crime in Neptune Beach?
As a former prosecutor, I take crime very seriously. I live on First Street, which may be the wildest, most out-of-control part of Neptune Beach. And it was watching that made me a little bit concerned that we need to focus on that. Neptune Beach is a very peaceful place, but we need to keep it that way. We keep it that way by protecting the number of officers that we have on the street and increasing their ability to do their job and essentially get the rest of the city government out of their way.
How do you plan to work with your constituents, and how will you keep them informed?
Like I said before, I have walked every street in Neptune Beach and literally spoken to hundreds of Neptune Beach residents. The only way you know what's going on, the only way you stay connected to the people is by going out and meeting with them. And I absolutely plan on continuing to do that. I'm going to keep walking, I'm going to keep talking, keep responding to my phone and my texts and my emails within 24 hours, keep responding to Facebook messages. If I can just keep going the way that I am now, we should be just fine.
Would you like to make a closing remark?
Please check out my website. You can see all the values and principles for which I stand. It's really easy, www.rorydiamond.com. Also check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Rory Diamond for Neptune Beach. I do appreciate your time.